Out of all the predicaments I've been in, all the rat traps I've lived in from Maine, I didn't really live in any in California. All the ones in California are pretty nice. Texas ones have been pretty okay, but all the stuff that I've gone through, going through Maine and all the winters and saving up money and all the struggle that I've gone through in school and just everything that's happened to me, I'm amazed to actually have children. If there's any miracle in my life, it's those 3 children that I have, for sure. Because I'm amazed that Angel at that time would have taken me, and we would have got married, and she would have got pregnant and had those children with hardly really no complications at all. And with her history of how she is, I'm surprised that I'm actually amazed that even happened. I'm just amazed. If there's anything that's, to me, that's proof of God, this is kind of cool right here. Oops. Moving around like if anything is proof of God, it's that. I was going over a railroad track. But anyway, I'm amazed that worked out. For one thing, I'm amazed that she married me. Although I was working at a bank, wasn't making really that great amount of money. I mean, it was still a bank, so it was a responsible job. I think every job is a responsible job, but it was a job that held great accountability, other people's accounts. Some cows over there. But I'm just amazed. I'm amazed. After what I'm going through, my struggle, and then I think, wow, I'm actually really a father of 3 children. I'm amazed. It kind of gives you hope, knowing that you have those kids in the world. It does give you hope. It gives you a reason to go on. And it's also, I go back and think about it. It's one memory. I just cannot believe that really happened. It's hard to fathom. It's very hard to fathom. If you become a first-time father, it's very hard to fathom. And then when you become separated, and in my case, divorced, and you don't get to see them or anything, you still go back and you think, wow, it really did happen. Because I got to experience that. I got to be the coach. I got to be the father. I got to be in the labor room, labor and delivery. I got to be there. I got to see it happen. I got to see the babies come out. All 3 of them. I was there. I was there for all of that. So I am grateful. There is hope. There is hope in me. But man, the place that I'm in now, the oven doesn't work. Refrigerator constantly is like leaking from the freezer into the regular refrigerator part. It leaks downward from the freezer into the refrigerator, so stuff in the refrigerator gets wet. The toilet is like constantly running. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. This is amazing right here. This cow. I don't want to disturb him now. I just kind of, oh, he hears me. Yeah, I'm over here. Hey, how you doing? I'm just checking in. Passing on Blair Road. I'm on Blair Road right now, right? You just dropped some hay from your mouth. I like your horns. All right. Okay. Whoa. That was, yeah. You get a mosquito or something like that? Okay. This is a really cool old house right here. It's probably abandoned. That's probably abandoned right there. That looks a little rickety to explore, though. We're on Blair in North Lake. Blair Road. Big fan of the show. Must have recognized my car. There's some horses over there, like some Mustangs or something. I like the sunset right here. Head back out right here. All right. Oh, there goes Cole in the Please Subscribe show. Hey, how you doing? Hi, the Please Subscribe show. Please subscribe. I'm Cole. How you doing? Hey. Anyway, we're on our way to drop off some pizza, so I better get disciplined and get this to their door. So there's an interesting little house right here on Seabourn, right on the corner of Seabourn and Florence Road. And you can see it right here. I just think it makes some good photography, some good black and white photography. Lots of different textures and stuff like that there. They even have some goats, sheep. It's a donkey. Anyway, it's a lot of land there. And we're gonna be headed here to drop off that pizza and Italian food from Joe's Pizza, Pasta, and Subs. It's a cool little cactus thing right there. It's just eclectic stuff that you run into. But ultimately, I think what we get to do on YouTube is we get to show, you know, that we can continue on. And that's part of the hope of the show and everything. Of PSS and the Please Subscribe show. It's a lot about hope and stuff like that. And you know, love and music and dropping off food to people's door. Things like that. We're going to be turning right here on Robinson Road. Right here. And looking at good country too. Like country roads. And here we go. Turn off Seabourn, and there's some horses over there. Actually, I think one's a donkey. It's a donkey and a horse. And we'll be going this way. Oh, and I mentioned that I lived in California and Maine. I also lived in New York, too. Now, New York's story was a very rags to riches, because the place I moved in Brooklyn, it wasn't exactly the model apartment. I was actually just living in a room when I moved in Brooklyn. I went, there's this long staircase that looked like it maybe could fall. And then they had a tree leaning up against the side of the house. The tree was actually leaning onto the house. So if you wanted to climb out of the window, you climb out onto the tree down into the backyard, which I never went in the backyard there. I lived off Waverly Place, a Fulton stop in Brooklyn. If you know where that is. You know what I mean? But that was New York, you know. But also I lived between Park Avenue and Broadway and Gramercy Park, where all millionaires live and stuff like that. So it was a real weird experience in New York, going from really, really, really extreme kind of rat trap place to like one of the nicest apartments around. It was a lift that had a staircase that, well, it was a flat. It was a flat that had a staircase that had a lift. I guess a lift's like an elevator. As I was saying, my New York place was really cool, too, so. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. It was between, it was in Gramercy Park, between Broadway and Park Avenue. It was really nice. So my New York place had a lift. It was like an elevator, so it went up, and then the elevator would open, then you would go into the actual apartment. It was shaped kind of like a barbell. So you had 4 different rooms. It was more like kind of like a dorm. And then there was a kitchen in the middle, and that place was really, really nice compared to the Brooklyn place I was in. I'm sure there's, you know, some probably nice places in Brooklyn. It's just, I just needed a room when I first got there. And they were able to let me into the dorms. This was like 2001. But man, I would like to do a vlog on a lot of the apartments that I've lived in. I've lived in a lot of apartments. A lot of different apartments all through Fort Worth. I mean, even in Carrollton, Irving. I lived in Irving. Carrollton place was really nice. I've lived in Long Beach, California, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Maine. I lived in Parkman, Guilford, and Dover Foxcroft. 3 different kind of apartments. One was a cabin. Oh man, I've lived. I'm trying to think what my nicest. Well, definitely the Carrollton apartment was probably one of the most functioning. I think it was a very functioning apartment, very nice and cozy. I would say the New York one was the nicest, though. I love Texas, but as in the nicest quality, money being put into it and everything, it would be the New York one. It was the one between, for the New School, when I was going to New School University, when I was at the Actor Studio Drama School. It was between Broadway and Park. You could walk right out, turn to the left, you're right on Broadway. You know, I was right there where I needed to be. It's really nice. I lived on the 3rd floor, and I also lived on the 5th floor too for a while. And they did have a washer and dryer. They had a little laundry mat at the bottom in a little basement, which I'd spend a lot of time in because Well, I thought they were going to blow up New York because I was there during 9/11. So I thought if I was in the basement section of that area, I'd be okay. Hopefully, you know. It turned out that, you know, that was the only major attack was on 9/11. So, but I would spend time also doing vocal work in the basement of that particular flat walk up. I guess it was like a flat or a studio law. Well, it was like a flat, and probably that one was one of the nicer ones because you can tell when money is put into a place, you know. But I've lived in some nice ones in Texas, really nice ones. I'm really grateful. There's been really nice ones in Texas and everything that I've lived into. But I've only lived in one house, and it was a rent house my entire life. Well, other than the house that my parents raised me in. There was a few houses that my parents have raised me in. So I'm talking about when I've been on my own. I lived in one house with my second wife, and it was off West Rochelle in Irving. Not too bad. It was not too bad. The landlord was a Mennonite that lives in Colorado now. He lives in Canyon, Colorado. It was a nice landlord. I did get upset with him because I had a nervous breakdown with him over the phone one time, because we wanted to buy it, and it was just I just think I just got really kind of upset. But he was still a nice guy, and he cut us a deal and everything when I lived in that house. And there was also a nice washer and dryer, probably a really nice washer and dryer that was there. But those are the little things, you know. I mean, those are the little things that you're grateful for in life. It's things like the oven and, you know, those little things in life that you have, you know, be grateful for. You don't really think about it unless you don't have them. If you don't have a washer and dryer, you think about it because you got to find a laundromat, or you got to find a place to do the wash, you know, for your laundry, you know. So it's something that you think about quite a bit. So be grateful. If you're watching this and you have a washer and dryer, be grateful, you know, be grateful. And also tell me what type of washer and dryer you have. I just like to know. I like washer and dryers. I've had Westinghouse, I've had Whirlpool, all kinds of them. Anyway, so we're headed back to Buc-ee's. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit. We're on a long road that leads back to Justin, and then we'll go back into most likely we'll probably go back into North Lake. Probably close to it now. Just to let you know, this is Farm 156. The road we're on is a farm road. Farm 156. It goes right through Justin, and then I believe we end up turning left on 114, which will lead us back to Buc-ee's. Alright, what we're looking at in front of us right now is the Texas Motor Speedway. If you know my show, that's what I've been, it's kind of outside of, well, this is kind of my office, so it's a moving office. But that's, I guess, you know, it's kind of the central aspect of where I'm always kind of going to. Hey, there's a biker. I'm gonna turn right here, picking up Buffalo Wild Wings. It's because there's a whole long strip of restaurants, and the reason why they're there is also there's people that live all around this area. There's suburbs and neighborhoods, but also if they ever do bring in, you know, NASCAR or classic car show, or let's say, you know, a concert, there's plenty of restaurants there to make quite a bit of money during those events. So it's kind of a stadium. It's not always full, you know. A lot of times it's empty. But when it does happen, it's entertaining to be around, and traffic does increase. Police presence increases, and the restaurants are overcrowded, and so it is a thriving place in Texas. It is a place for food delivery, you know, that kind of stuff. And here's another angle of Texas Motor Speedway. There was a really cool classic car show that was here about a month ago. And then a NASCAR just came in and left really quick. I didn't get to really see a lot of that. But I was around. There was a lot of traffic. A lot of classic cars would come in during NASCAR as well. So it's a big stadium. It's a big deal. There's got a huge screen right there. They brought in concerts here, all kinds of stuff. Looks like there's a bridge, or some kind of bridge you go under right there, a little underpass thing. I never noticed that when you go in. You can see the little red stripe right there. It's actually like an underpass. There's a bridge that goes over that. It's kind of I think it's its own zip code almost, nearly probably. This whole area, very strange. It's also called No Limits, Texas, is another name they use for this particular area right here. I like the fact that their bathrooms and Buffalo Wild Wings, they have like a little television. So you come over here, you wash your hands, so you're washing your hands, and you're just, oh. It's not like it's really awkward. It's kind of like, oh, I see, okay. Oh, there's a television show on. I'm washing my hands. Oh, I see, okay. Yeah, I see that. Big wing order. I'm gonna drop this one off somewhere. I don't even know yet. Let's switch over to that part. We'll find out in just a minute. So these Buffalo Wild Wings are going to Justin. It's interesting that the road that we're going to be turning on is Swofford. He wrote the book Jarhead. Jake Gyllenhaal played him in a film, a movie. I was actually on set with Jake Gyllenhaal in Moonlight Mile, or on the set of Moonlight Mile with Dustin Hoffman. Swofford is an interesting name, but he's the one who wrote the war film about Iraq and Desert Storm. He wrote it in his mother's basement. Swofford. Swofford was born August 12th, 1970. He's about 51 years old. And he was born in Fairfield, California. And entered the United States Marine Corps, where he went overseas. And a lot of Jarhead is based on his account. And another thing about Anthony Swofford was that they believe he was conceived in Honolulu, Hawaii. He was born in Fairfield, California. Anthony Swofford joined the Marines at 18 years of age. And when he turned 20, he was deployed to Saudi Arabia, where he entered the Gulf War. He was involved in Desert Storm. Swofford eventually became surveillance and target acquisition. He was basically a scout sniper. And that's what he did when he went over into the Gulf War. Here's a train. Eventually he got back home, went into his mother's basement, and wrote a great book called Jarhead, which became a pretty amazing movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. Thanks, Swofford. About to turn on Swofford Road right now. I guess I'm honoring that because I almost became a Marine, but a friend of mine, Foster Harrington, didn't make it back. And I was going to go in on the buddy system with him. But I'm here now, and at times I do feel like I'm behind enemy lines. But it's funny because I'm home, you know. The only time I've been to Europe was I went to Czech Republic, and I came back. Why should I feel like I'm behind enemy lines and I'm in my own country, United States of America? It's funny, it shouldn't be that way, you know. But anyway, I guess in one way or another, we all have a war to fight. And we have to get through that before we find peace. But I do thank Anthony Swafford for writing the book Jarhead. I think I would like to read it cover to cover one day. The movie kind of summed it up, the horrors of Marine life and war and the thrilling aspect of it and getting through it and everything. Must have inspired him to write. I hear also in a rumor that he was quite the reader when he was younger, which makes sense. And we are turning on Swafford Road now to drop off some Buffalo Wild Wings. And that's my Swafford bio, I guess you could say, or just a little thing since we're on Swafford Road. Well, and speaking of the Marines, now we're on gravel. And I gotta stop by and get some gas. Seems like I was always told the Marines were always put out there with like the worst equipment and blah, blah, and all this other stuff. Probably doesn't happen nowadays, but back in the day, I guess the Vietnam War and stuff, because they wanted them to use their instincts to kill, find the target. So they train them. Foster used to write me letters telling me how they trained them to kill. They do that because they're the first to drop off. They go and they don't just do cleanup. They go in and they break hearts, and then everyone else comes in and kind of does a little bit of cleanup. I'm thinking maybe this guy's right here. What is 84? 37. It's these guys right here. And on Angus, there's a couch back there. Angus Drive. I think I may have dropped him. I don't know if I've dropped him before. Okay. There's nice stars out tonight. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll bring it to you. It's fine. Oh, is she? Okay. Got 2 bags down here and 1 big bag. Yep. Appreciate it. Looks kind of cool too right there. Well, got that one out of the way. Lots of wings. Buffalo Wild Wings. And we are going to head off this way because it's been pretty funky right over here. Our next stop is a gas station. Get some water right there. And some QT tea. Well, I don't know if it's going to be QT. Looked like there was supposed to be, looked like maybe a vehicle coming up this way, but oh well. No, we've got to get gas. Okay. This is solid chicken. Looks like they have a lot of sauces. Garlic. Let's see that. Kugonchen. gochujang, mango jerk, honey barbecue, chipotle, honey mustard, ketchup. This one right here. Do you know how to say that right there? Gochujang. Gochujang. This is cool. It says, I dream of a world where chickens can cross the road without having their motives questioned. And that's salt chicken. Looks like Hard 8 is smoking some brisket. Kind of smell it. Yep, that smells like mesquite. They use mesquite to slow cook the brisket right here on Roanoke. And that is Hard 8 barbecue. Right there, that's the Roanoke Tower. I think it's this house because there's no furniture right here and there's no address out front here, so I'm thinking maybe this one, but I don't know, maybe they just don't have a lot of furniture, or maybe they just moved in. I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's probably this. Actually not that one because it ends in a 9. It's 2505, so we're gonna guess this one. I don't think it's that one. There's no lights on that one, so it's probably gonna be this one. Nope, it's not this one. This is going to be an interesting drop. It's probably the one. Yep, they're just now getting there. Maybe they just moved in. It is actually that one. All right. All right, so it's going to have to be this one. See any address on it around here. Should be one somewhere on the outside. There it is. It is this one. I see it behind a bush right there. Keeps putting its hazards on. It's from Rose's. It's a pretty good restaurant. Well, that's about all I have for tonight. Still at it right now, but I guess the vlog is over. You have a good night. Please subscribe. Hit the notifying bell so you know when the next video is uploaded. It keeps you in the loop. And also, a big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. It always helps. As well as watching the show. And tomorrow, we'll probably maybe doing a little cooking show. We'll see what Linda wants to bring over. I think she said something, I don't remember exactly what it was. But we'll find out tomorrow. I think it's, she wanted to do chicken enchiladas, but the oven's not working, so we may do fajitas. And I sent a message to the maintenance people to see if they would possibly replace that oven. But, you know, we can do stovetop meals for now. You do what you can. And y'all have a wonderful wonderful, wonderful evening. I'm gonna finish up this little honey packet. I got a little bit of honey there left, and there might be some after vlog. All right, thank you. Okay, I just wanted to say again, y'all have a good night. Well, going for another snack. I'm gonna get a beef stick. I'm gonna get it Savage style, or I'm not gonna get it at all. Usually, it's not a filet mignon, but maybe I'll be able to vlog that someday. Anyway, thanks so much. Bluetooth is gonna kick in here for a second, and on a healthy diet of kind of like gas station food for over the last 2 years. But you know what? I'll take it. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. My life changes. You'll know about it. I'm still doing this. But this is the Randy Savage Slim Jim. Not too bad. I guess overall I'm thankful for the Lord, for what he does provide. You have a good night. Well, y'all have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video.